Hi, Mirabella. Um, Welcome to vlog number 2. These seem to be sort of impromptu vlogs, and I think sometimes I maybe have the foresight to, like, okay, I know when I want to talk to you about things that are going on in my life and things that are going on here in Mississippi, and then other times it's just like, oh, I really got to talk to you right now. So doing a little bit of an experiment today. I received a stabilizer, like a selfie stick. Here, I'll show you in the mirror, but I'm not sure sometimes if I'm like a little shaky in the arm that it doesn't really stabilize. But here, you can see them. You see that I'm selfie sticking? Yeah, I've been having a little light. Anyway, this has been quite the week. To be honest, I come to you a bit vulnerable. But of course, we all know that this is the kind of thing that happens when you go on an adventure, that, some things are immediately just wonderful and the flowers smell great. And then other days you run into challenges that you didn't foresee, but that's just how life is, and you do the best that you can. I won't go into too much detail, but now everything's fine. But I did run into some work authorization paperwork delays, which made this first week really stressful and at times a bit awkward, and just navigating a situation that I've never had to deal with in my life. And I'll talk to you all when I get back after the first week of September in more detail about that. But suffice to say that there were moments this past week where I didn't think I had the spirit, the mental stamina and fortitude to withstand some of the sort of the storms and then the double storms and that came my way. But it's done. I am totally authorized and have finished teaching my first class, which was really exciting. Teaching a class full of students, and this is not a big class. I mean, even small for music, this advanced diction class, only 8 students in that class. But what I'm going to be learning teaching this class is how to navigate, people at different levels, right? So this is advanced diction. We have solo singers, you have choral conductors, we also have, who is the third? And pianists, actually, right? So, and some of, one of the pianists, or at least maybe a couple people in that class, have no basis in the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is sort of the building blocks of, learning to pronounce a new language. It gives you sort of an international set of characters that apply to several different languages, and so people in an advanced diction class, hi Becky Owens, people in an advanced diction class without that basis, that's going to be a real challenge. But we're going to make it work, and I think I've been able to design the course in such a way that we're going to be able to adapt to those different levels in the class. But really, I think I'm going to be quickly learning that teaching a class is very different than coaching a singer one-on-one, because you have to consider the needs of everybody. You have to consider the organism. And so obviously some things directly apply, as somebody who is used to coaching singers, but it's going to be a real learning curve for me as well. But that was a really exciting experience. The group is really fantastic. They bring a lot of diverse perspectives, and we have one exchange student from the Netherlands, another student from Ghana, I talk about the stress in getting my work authorization paperwork ready, which, oh my gosh, it came in I had to cancel the first class, by the way. I had to cancel the first class. It was so shocking. I never thought in a million years it would happen, but I got into the second, and I got the work authorization 2 minutes before the end of the workday, before I was to teach the second class. Whew! I cannot tell you how happy I was to get that email. But then we have a student from Ghana who didn't even have their Ghanaian passport and got it in the last minute, also was able to join us for the second class. And so, lots of details that go into, oh, America loves you. Thank you, Becky. Oh, that's sweet. Becky Owen says, America loves you. I appreciate that. Yeah, honestly, Becky, there were times today when I felt, oh my gosh, like America doesn't want me. I'm gonna have to go back to Canada. And but thankfully that's not the case. It's been extremely hot here. Wow, like, what is it? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible in Fahrenheit. It's like 37 Celsius, which I think is like really high 90s in Fahrenheit, but with this awful humidity. Oh my God, it's the worst. So I'm just really excited for when the fall comes here, because I hear it's gorgeous. Yeah, so that's been the biggest thing for me this week, or the biggest challenge, we'll call it that. But that's done. And this week's also, toward the end of the week, also we had a bunch of auditions. So the first set of auditions were for vocal placements. And so the way they do things here is that all of the singers who have already been accepted, they sing something and they're placed in several different voice studios. And they all discuss it together. The second set was during the opera studio class, which is, that's what I thought. Becky says 37 Celsius, 98.6. 98.6, that's funny. So I was right, high 90s. So the second set of auditions were for the opera studio. And this is a class of about, I wanna say, we have around 10, 12. There are a variety. You have all the way from second year master's students to freshmen. They're all in this opera class together. And they all sing what we used to call a death by aria, which is, they all get up and they sing an aria for one another. Dr. Bonita Bunt, when I mentioned that to her, she said she has a friend who called it life by aria, which I kind of like. But wow, what a group. It is, to be honest, I almost feel like I'm being pranked because the attitudes of the entire group in this opera studio are just fantastic. They're supportive of one another. There's a real diversity of personality and perspective, a range of levels. But the thing that I noticed the most, and what I remarked to them about, was that mostly all of them who came up to sing with me, because I was playing the piano, all made music with me. And that's not always the case. And that's actually rarely the case when I'm playing a day of auditions. Usually maybe out of, say, 40, there are like 2 that I remember, they were really jamming with me. And that, really it felt like it meshed. And so I've always thought of that in an audition situation anyway, as sort of an exceptional circumstance, but it's a really good group of people. And so I'm really excited. Bonita and I were just saying that both of us agree, when's the ball gonna drop? Just the attitude, the atmosphere, there's no, it just takes 1 or 2 sort of toxic personalities to kind of sully the whole bunch. But I just have a really good feeling about this group of kids. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So based on those auditions, they cast the entire season here. So that means that the first thing coming up will be a scenes program. Bonita and I just met about an hour ago to do casting for that, deciding all of the scenes. They've cast the spring opera, which will be The Turn of the Screw by Benjamin Britten. So that's all been cast. And then there'll be another night in November, I believe, of arias. So all of the singers for the first half, or one of the halves, a bunch of the singers will sing individual arias. And then in the other half, they have a special presentation of Pergolesi's La Serva Padrona, and it will be featuring 3 of the students there. So even in the night of arias, they'll have a full show in one of the halves. So that's exciting. What else? I just love working with Bonita so much. We really get along well. See, so many positive things. This week was, it really balances out in the end, if you just keep with it and go step by step. But I have to say, at the beginning of the week, I wasn't sure how it was going to end. And now by the end of the week, I'm just so proud, first of all, that we went through it and we came out the other side. I feel like a bit stronger, So yeah, I feel very emotional just because I think there were so many things. I was just really trying hard to stay strong, especially that first half of the week, and save face a little bit. I put my best foot forward, always knowing, in the back of my mind, oh my God, this thing hasn't come through. But you do what you got to do. You just take one step at a time. In about, let's see, what time is it here right now? About an hour and a half, I think. About an hour. There is a faculty meeting, like a big faculty meeting at a building across the street. I think this is faculty across the entire university. So even I've been told it's not mandatory, but I think I might go to check it out, even just to see this this beautiful building across the street. Is supposed to be really beautiful. So if I get my work done, I have a few more things to do. A few pressing matters, getting all this repertoire together and getting all of the music set for the scenes program. I have to send that off to Bonita, but so I'll try to get that off and then attend this meeting. Also to see, I've made some friends outside of the department. You might have noticed my friend Professor Dr. Tai. I introduced you to him, I think, in the trails with his dog Luke, and in another vlog, and or one of those testing ones. And so I know he'll be there, so it'll be fun to see him. And also his friend Ryan, Professor Ryan, who I haven't met yet, but he's talked so much about him that I'm excited to do that. I've also, one of his friends is one of the German professors here at Ole Miss. And I mentioned, he knew that I was doing advanced diction coaching, and we do that in English, German, French, and Italian. So he goes, oh, I know a guy who speaks German here. You should meet him. His name's Kai, Florian Kai, what's his last name? Muth. It's something. I don't think he'll be watching this. He won't be offended. But in America, he goes by Kai. Otherwise, his German name is Florian. And he seems like a great guy. So actually, this weekend, on Sunday, I've arranged a reservation at this place called, what's it called? It's an Italian restaurant called St. Leo's in the square in Oxford, which is really beautiful. One time I'll do a vlog from the square because it's really cute. Anyway, I guess it'll be a birthday dinner with people who I mostly haven't met, but are kind enough to come out to celebrate my birthday, which is really, really nice and special. I wasn't sure, when I went down here. I said, I'm not going to advertise that it's my birthday or anything. And nobody's in the faculty, we're not Facebook friends or anything like that yet, so I probably can go by a bit unnoticed. But also there's something, I was also thinking, it would be kind of nice to celebrate somehow, but I don't want to be that person who's like, well, it's my birthday. But thankfully, my friend Dr. Ty did that for me. So we got to celebrate. So we're gonna go for some Italian food, and then maybe insomnia cookies afterwards. I was, if you know me, one thing that's really important to me is attending exercise class. And I hear Charity has been continuing the tradition. Charity, I'm very proud of you, of attending the 8 a.m. Exercise classes with Bryant and the whole crew. And I miss those so much. And you also know that I have Michael and his insomnia cookies. Michelle says, Michael and his insomnia cookies. She knows it's a dangerous situation when something like that is open. Sometime until 3 a.m. I'm not getting cookies at 3 a.m, Michelle. You know that. That was only that one time, maybe two. So I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Someone tell me what I was talking about. This is a useful chat function. You're talking about my birthday. Oh, insomnia cookies. Right. So in exercise class, they go together, you see. So, I really wanted a cookie, and apparently what is the other place called? There's another cookie, Crumble. There's a Crumble cookies. Thanks, Steve. Oh yeah. Steve Harris says happy birthday. And Steve, he wrote it down so I can say it. His birthday's tomorrow. He's turning 85 years old. 85 years old. Yes, Sue Brash. Wait. Birthday. Sue says birthday Friday. So Steve's birthday is tomorrow, which is Saturday. And my birthday is Sunday. Yeah, that's right. So, anyway, cookies and exercise. There was a crumble cookie that just opens. And I did not like crumble cookies. I do not care for them at all very much. My Friday's coming out. And but in any event, in order to get to Crumble, and I don't have a car here, I will celebrate. Thank you, Sue. I would have had to walk, but so I wanted to run. I was like, if I'm going to get cookies, I'm going to run to the cookies. That's what I'm going to do. And instead I thought, you know what? The insomnia cookies, that's in the beautiful town square, and there's a lovely way to run to that. I don't have to run on sort of a major dangerous street. I can go more residential. And so I ran to Insomnia Cookies, and I got myself a lovely deluxe cookie with a scoop of ice cream, and that was worth it. And then Dr. Ty that night said, and I think I told you this in the last one, he said, there's a meteor shower tonight. You should come with me and Luke and we'll watch the meteor shower. So I ran back home, and then Dr. Ty picked me up, and we went and saw, well, we actually didn't see. I think he saw like maybe a couple meteors, but every time in that moment, I think Luke was more interested in me than the meteor shower at that point. So I was getting a face full of Luke's kisses at that point. He's quite the guy. Anyway, so that's been my week so far. I can't believe classes have just started. And of course, when classes are just starting, there's so much to do just in that first week, just in terms of casting and all these introductory meetings. But first things first, get work authorization. And that we have. So I ran over, lots of running here, and I have a bike. So we're either biking uphill, we're either running for cookies, but I biked over to HR, I showed them my I-20, and I got onboarded, and I'm gonna get paid. So cannot complain too much. And I get to make music. So that's always a plus. Hey, we have a few more people in the chat. I didn't even see. Oh, and for a second, I thought we maybe had 8 people. How's my stabilizer working? Apparently this is supposed to stabilize, but I feel like sometimes the arm gets shaky. Anyway. Well, let's ask. No pressure, anybody. And you can always message me or send me an email. Does anybody have any questions while I'm on the... Come on, someone's got to ask a question. I'll just keep talking at you until somebody asks a question. So yeah, Lindsay Beagley got me this selfie stick so that I could come at you. You still are a little shaky, but you still look good. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I must be doing something wrong with it. Lindsay got me this selfie stick. I'm sure the selfie stick itself is excellent. I'm just sort of experimenting with it right now. It is nice not to have to sort of like hold the camera, and I can have it in landscape mode. But I'd like for it to sort of stabilize itself. I need to clean my office up a little bit, or I need them to come in and do a little vacuum and maybe a floor polish. Do you see I have my, you see that contraption there? It's a steamer. So Michelle asked me, how did you move all your books and the bike? I know these look like my books. Michelle, she's seen my room, knows that I brought all my relevant books from Canada down to Arizona. These are not my books. These are the books of Amanda Johnston, whose office this is. She's the professor that I'm stepping in for while she's on sabbatical. So these are all her books. And trust me, I've taken pictures of all the wonderful books that she has so that I can maybe get a couple of them when I get back, because she has a wonderful collection of books. And I don't have a bike here, but Ole Miss has a wonderful program, a bike program, where for $30, you get a bike for the semester. They have like a whole, slew of cheap bikes that they keep in good condition. And so you can rent one for $30 and you get all sorts of any kind of tune-up or anything full service. So hold on, I missed a question. Sue, will you be sharing opera singers with us? I have so much to learn. Oh yes, I cannot wait. So because of the work authorization issue, I couldn't meet with any opera singers. Now I have in the first opera class, but they're starting to become aware of you. So I've reached out to some of the singers in hopes that, I know they're going to want to, that we're going to be able to do some performances for you guys. And also I'm hoping to, with their permission, share some of our coaching sessions as well, so you can get a one-on-one, an intimate look at the development of an opera singer. So yes, there's some really, really fantastic talents here too. So I'm definitely gonna, maybe even get some faculty on board. But Bonita knows all about you guys and is just floored that something like Mirabella, ASU, and then the Artist in Residence program should exist. Thanks, Rich and Leslie. Rich and Leslie Kramer say, happy birthday. Thank you. Mirabella audience goes national. It's true. It's true. I was thinking about that. How wonderful that, I'm lucky to be in a position to receive mentorship from you fine folks, which I feel that it really is, I feel like I have really, when it comes to mentorship, like an incredible amount of just an embarrassment of riches, really, when it comes to that kind of resource, the friendship, the mentorship. And then I get to provide mentorship from these young artists. And I just love, there's something just really beautifully poetic about me being at Mirabella and being able to learn from you guys and experience music with me, and then affording me the opportunity to remain with you while being in Mississippi, mentoring these young artists, and then them also getting to know who you are through me. And I love that, with all of the all of the potentially terrible things that technology has brought us, there's also this kind of thing, which I just think is really special and unique, that we're able to, with technology, able to really not only bridge generations, but as Becky is saying, we're able to bring this whole thing nationally. And why stop there? Plus, I have students from Ghana and the Netherlands. So, case in point, we are international. Look at us. Are the infamous Mississippi magnolia flowers in season? Oh gosh, I should probably know that. Next time I'll find do you know for certain, Becky, if maybe you can just tell us if you know they're in season. Maybe. Globally connected, that's right. Oh yes, Subrash. I think I mentioned, I said, look at this contraption here. Look at this contraption in the back. And I didn't mention what it was, and she just asked, is that a garment steamer? Yes, it's a garment steamer, and I love it. Like, I was wondering, how am I gonna come here, because it's so hot, and I'm biking over here, and it's already like getting so sweaty. So basically what I do, don't tell anybody. No, whatever, it's fine. I come over here in my basically my gym clothes, and then I transform in the office. I transform. I don't know why I ever ironed anything in my life. This garment steamer is a wonderful thing. It's also very calming. I think for me, I don't know if any of you can relate. I really enjoy washing dishes. I love the feeling of like the warm water on my hands. And there's something also really calming about steaming a shirt. Oh, trust me. Leslie says, there is an insomnia cookies right across the street next to the Starbucks. Trust me, Leslie. I know. I know that there is. I wish I didn't know that, but no, I'm very aware. I'm very lucky, and at the same time, why does Mirabella have such delicious pastries and also across the street? Anyway, well, I think I ought to start getting ready. I do have to get some music to Dr. Bonita and then get going to this meeting. But I was so happy I got to spend a little bit of time with you, and I could share some of the triumphs and the successes and some of the struggles too, because this week has been a struggle. I'll tell you what, and I can't wait. I'll tell you all the details, but yikes. But we're good now. Everything's good. Miss you guys. I hear Zach is doing great with chorus. I've heard that from more than a couple people. So you keep being nice to him, like you are. Appreciate you. And we'll try to get this less shaky, either this less shaky or my arm less shaky. Love you guys. See you soon. I'll see you this Sunday for my birthday performance. I believe that's at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. at your time. Take care. Bye, everybody.